We now come to our penultimate race before the lunch break here in Muelsen, and it's Senior Road Tax Race 1. Let's have a look at the grid ahead of this fantastic encounter set to excite and anticipate, provide us with great racing all the way through the next 14 minutes plus a lap. Luca Thiel in the 399 will start on pole position, and we will have Tim Mika-Metz in the 303 alongside Jori Tenhef and Linus Hansen in the 306 and the 333 respectively. That's row number 2. Bastian Balaj will start on 5th position in the 329 with Max Busch in the 313 alongside Philipp Hamfrecht in the 337 and Fabian Bock round out the top 4 rows. Completing the top 10, it's Finn Stiak in the 338 and Lukas Hartmann in the 309 alongside Lukas Thompson in the 312 and Julia Ponkratz complete the top 12 in the 307. Lasse Reinhardt, Jan Heinen, Luca Köster, Norton Griffith-Falke, Yannick Herrmann, Denny Bound, Lukas Vavajnak and Vivian Michel Haidt complete the 20-strong order as they are now on their formation lap. 14 minutes plus an additional lap set on the time of the red lights. Ignite on the starting gantry. And it will be down to Luca Thiel, Tim Mika-Metz on the front row of the grid to control the rolling start pace as they come through the final chicane. And this will allow the rest of the drivers to get themselves into their relevant grid positions ahead of the lights going out. So the 20 drivers now start to make their way around the final right-hand corner, bringing them onto the start-finish straight. Into the tram lines we go. Revs rise. Lights are out, and it is a clean start as Tim Mika-Metz trying to go side by side with Luca Thiel around the outside of turns 2 and 3 as the field tries to make its way through the first couple of corners and negotiate them cleanly. But at the moment, Luca Thiel has got ahead of the minute as they now head into the main infield part of the circuit. And has started to make a little bit of a getaway by about 4 to 5 kart lengths. In second position is the 306 of Jori Tenhef, now up into second place. Looks like Tim Mika-Metz now in third position as Linus Hansen is in 4th place. And I think I've just spotted Philipp Hamfrecht now completing the top 6. A few more battles down towards the back end of the order as the leaders now come around to complete lap number 1. Luca Thiel leads. Tenhef in second, Metz in third, Hansen, Hamfrecht, Balaj in 6th, Finn Stiak and Max Busch ran out the top 8 positions. As towards the inside of Tim Mika-Metz goes Linus Hansen. For third place, makes the position nice and cleanly. As Max Busch trying to close up on the likes of Finn Stiak and Bastian Balaj just up ahead. But at the moment, Luca Thiel has got a probably at least a half-second advantage. Well, it was 0.694 last time around, but it depends on whether that Tenhef has started to close the gap. Gap now down to just under 0.6 of a second, but Linus Hansen was right up close to the back bumper of the 306 as Lukas Hartmann sets the fastest lap of the race. Philipp Hamfrecht goes towards the inside of Tim Mika-Metz and goes up into 4th place. Nicely done there by the 337, but then Metz actually counters. Hamfrecht gets hampered slightly as through, I think, goes Bastian Balaj, and Hamfrecht dropping down the order quite considerably towards the back part of the top 10. So now the chase begins. Luca Thiel had nearly a 0.6 of a second advantage ahead of Jori Tenhef in the 306 in second position, who has Linus Hansen closing. As now Hansen gets the head down, trying to get the aerodynamic efficiency benefit. As now the 313 of Max Busch is trying to challenge Bastian Balaj for 5th place. as some drivers trying to make sure that they do not compromise others, as Lucas Thompson right up close and personal with Max Busch as he goes up the inside. The pair have a little bit of a clash there, and that is allowing Philipp Hamfrecht to get up at least another couple of positions in the process and gets past the 3:18 of Fabian Bock, who's a little bit further down the order than we saw yesterday. 10 minutes and 48 seconds plus an additional lap still to go. And the gap of the top five were covered by just over 7.5 tenths of a second. Luca Thiel still leads. Tenhef in second. Linus Hensen in third as they cross the line. Fourth and fifth, it is Tim Mika Metz and the 3:29 of Bastien Barlage. As Hamfrecht going on a move up the inside of Finchdiak and gets through. 5-second penalty has now been issued to the 3:66 of Luca Köster, who was fighting at the sharp end of the field yesterday and is a far cry from that at the moment. So Köster currently down in 17th position. So the gap between Luca Thiel and Yuri Tenhef dropped down to just over 3 tenths. And the 3:06 on the OTK chassis set the fastest lap of the race of 51.568 on the completion of lap number 4. But it looks even more closer now between the top three. Fourth and fifth between Metz and Barlage still warring on, as now Tenhef senses an opportunity but looked up the inside of Luca Thiel. Thiel was halfway on the racing line and halfway off it, but still had enough of an opportunity to close that gap. As now Tenhef looking for the opportunity to get past Luca Thiel in the 3:99, but Linus Hensen staying there and keeping his cards very close to his chest in what move he might try and anticipate doing in the next few corners or so. The top three were covered by just under 3.5 tenths of a second from front to rear bumper on the completion of lap number 5. So Philipp Hamfrecht now up into what is effectively 7th position and will start to try and chase down the people in front. But the top three nearly line astern as we come across the line to complete lap number 6. Tenhef again tries to see if there's a chance to get past Thiel, but then Linus Hensen also looking very, very fast here. And they were covered by just under 2.5 tenths as Tenhef goes for the lead. Up the inside of Luca Thiel and makes the move stick. And does not allow the 3:99 an opportunity to get back past. As now Linus Hensen goes up the inside of the previous leader of the race and gets past for second position through the chicane, going onto the back part of the circuit. So Yuri Tenhef now has a chance of getting away. But with the pace that Linus Hensen has been setting and hasn't been that far off, and it was actually the quickest out of the top three by just 8 thousandths of a second on that last lap. 7 minutes and 54 seconds still to go, plus a lap. Tenhef leads ahead of Hensen. Luca Thiel in third place. Tim Mika Metz still battling away with Bastien Barlage for 4th position. 6th is Lucas Thompson. Philipp Hamfrecht, Finchdiak, Julia Ponkratz now into 9th place ahead of Lukas Hartmann. Fabian Bock, Max Busch, Jan Heinen, Danny Berndt, Norton Griffith Falker. Luca Köster, who rounds out the top 16. Bavajanak in the 3:69. Lasse Reinhardt, Yannick Herrmann and Vivian Michel Reit are still all circulating. We're 15 seconds away from hitting half-time on the timer, counting down from 14 minutes to 0 on the clock. Top three still very closely competitive, but Tenhef still leads. Hensen closed and got 0.23 of a second quicker on that last lap and the current leader. And it is very difficult to lead because you have no assistance from anyone in front of you because you have clean air. As the 3:66 of Luca Köster drops down to 19th position behind Yannick Herrmann. As now the top three getting a little bit closer. It was 0.608 between the top three last time around, and the fastest out of the trio was the driver in second, Linus Hensen. They now come around towards the penultimate corner, power out of it, and they'll carry the momentum through the right-hand sweeper that brings them towards the start-finish line. Now onto lap number 10. as Henson was 89 thousandths behind Tenhef on that last lap and put in a 51.687. Tenhef's lap was a 51.845. Luca Thiel was about just half a tenth off of Henson. As now Hanfrecht definitely getting stuck in, looking to try and go up for what is 6th position on Lucas Thompson in the 312. But there was not enough room to make an opportunity. 5 minutes and 35 seconds still to go. Luca Köster now gets past Yannick Herrmann for 18th position. Lucas Hartmann has now got past Julia Ponkratz for 9th place. So we now hit double digits. 10 laps completed. 5 minutes and 18 still to go as Henson goes for the lead up the inside of Juri Tenhef and makes the move. And then, along with that, Luca Thiel was trying to sense an opportunity. Look, there was a possibility of going up into 2nd place as Hanfrecht and all the other carts around the 337 trying to get one up on each other, but Hanfrecht benefits, and as a result of that now moves up into 6th place. Looks like he has Bastien Barlage just behind in the 329. And it's Finn Stiak. Lucas Hartmann, Julia Ponkratz is in this train. And she currently rounds out the top 10. Henson now will lead us on to lap number 12 as lap 11 gets completed. Tenhef right on the back bumper of the 333, heading towards turn number 2. Tenhef looked at the opportunity, but there wasn't enough room to get through, as up the inside of Bastien Barlage, I think, has just gone Lucas Hartmann. But then Barlage just keeps powering around towards the outside, but then is going to lose out big time if not careful. And then Lucas Hartmann gets through. And Barlage could have actually lost out another position to the driver behind, which would have been Julia Ponkratz in the 307. But the top 3 now back together. So Henson, Tenhef and Thiel. Then I'm just keeping an eye on Tim Mika Metz in 4th position, who is trying to close on the 3 in front. 3 minutes and 40 to go plus a lap. So Tenhef gets the lead on the completion of lap 12. As Ponkratz goes up the inside of Barlage to take 8th position. Great work there from the Viking Motorsport driver, and Barlage loses out not just 1 place, it could be 2 if Finn Stiak gets past, but doesn't have an opportunity. But then Stiak loses out to the 313 of Max Busch in the process. So just over 3 minutes remaining, plus a lap. The top 3 can't really be separated, but Juri Tenhef still leads. So we've had one of the top 3 at multiple points during this race have the lead. So Tenhef has had it, Henson has had it, and so has Luca Thiel. They come around the final corner. Henson closing on the leader. 2 minutes 40 to go. So it's Tenhef, Henson, Thiel, Metz, Thompson, Hanfrecht, Hartmann, Ponkratz, Bock and Barlage that ran out the top 10. As at the back part of the field, Denny Bent was being pressurised by Lasse Reinhardt going into turn number 2. So Max Busch up into 11th place. Finn Stiak, Jan Heinen, Norton Griffith-Falke and Lukas Vavajinak round out the top 15. Henson still not giving Juri Tenhef an opportunity to breathe. Coming around the final corner, the 333 from Kachmi.de right in the slipstream now as they go into the right-hand kink. Just under 2 minutes remaining. And Tim Mika Metz has closed the gap on the 3 in front, most notably Luca Thiel, and was about 1.4 seconds adrift, has just gone over 2.5 tenths of a second quicker and has got the gap down to 8 tenths. So Tim Mika Metz now trying to push. May have done a bit of tyre conservation to give him a slight bit of an edge in the latter stages of the race. Lucas Thompson looking a little bit lonely in 5th position. Philipp Hanfrecht leads the likes of Lucas Hartmann, Julia Ponkratz, Fabian Bock and Max Busch, who now rounds out the top 10. So Henson got very close on the braking zone to Yuri Tenhef, as these two still battling away for the lead. Henson running the back bumper of the 306 through the right-hand kink into the next double right-hander. And out of the corner, Tenhef gets a little bit of a run, but then Henson able to go very, very late on the brakes in comparison with the leader and has kept the pressure on. And now the top four separated by just under 1.2 seconds, with Luca Thiel in third, Tim Mika-Metz in fourth, Lucas Thompson still rounding out the top 5 places. Philipp Hamfrecht and Lukas Hartmann now battling away over 6th position. And there is a bit of a gap between them and Julia Ponkratz in 8th place. This time around, Tenhef has a bit more of an advantage. So this time we go on to the penultimate lap. Lap 16 completed. 2 more to go. Timer now expires. 14 minutes are completed. So the big question is, when will Linus Henson go for it? Because as soon as they see the last lap board, that will be the 333 signal to throw caution to the wind. But do it in the right way possible. Do it fairly and cleanly. And make sure that the move is robust enough in order to get the lead. 2 more corners to go until we go into the final lap. Yuri Tenhef leads. Henson closer than he has been over the last lap or so. Last lap board is shown. Henson now strikes up the inside of Tenhef through into turn 2. Takes the lead. Tim Mika-Metz now has a chance of maybe even a top 3 finish, but Henson has lost out big time. Oh, there's been a bit of contact between Henson and Tim Mika-Metz going into that corner. So I'm wondering whether there was an issue there. I didn't quite catch it out of my line of sight as they came through turns 2 and 3. But Henson and Tim Mika-Metz could have had a major drama on the last lap, but they quite literally got away with it by the skin of their teeth. Through the final chicane they have gone, and Yuri Tenhef now heads towards the penultimate corner. The checkered flag being unfurled and readied to wave. And round the final corner with a clear gap, Yuri Tenhef punches the air with one fist as Linus Henson pips Luca Thiel by 42 thousandths of a second for second position. Tim Mika-Metz could have had a top 3 finish, but ended up 4th. Lucas Thompson rounded out the top 5. Philipp Hamfrecht in the 337 completed the top 6 ahead of Lukas Hartmann, Fabian Bock, Bastian Barlage and Max Busch, who completes the top 10. Rounding out the 20 strong order, it is Finn Stiak, Julia Ponkratz, Jan Heinen, Luca Köster with Norton Griffith Falke in 15th. Lukas Vavajinak in the 369 16th ahead of Denny Bount, Lasse Reinhardt, Yannick Herrmann with Vivian Michel Reit in the 328 from Voigt Motorsport, completing the 20 strong order.